Welcome students, I am Dr. James D'Souza, Assistant Professor in St. Xavier's College, Mapsa, Goa. Today's program is for Bachelor of Science, third year, subject Botany, semester 6, subject code BOD105, course title Nursery and Garden Techniques. The title of the unit is Vegetative Propagation, module name Methods of Vegetative Propagation, Division, Offset, Sucker and Runners. In this module, students will learn about vegetative propagation. They will also learn about methods of vegetative propagation. At the end of this module, students will be able to explain what is vegetative propagation. They will be able to describe the techniques such as division, offsets, suckers and runners with examples. Now, what is vegetative propagation? It is a sexual method of plant reproduction which occurs in leaves, root and stem. What is propagation? It is a process of increasing the number of plants of particular species or cultivar. This occurs through fragmentation and regeneration of specific vegetative parts. Now, fragmentation is another process wherein plant produce several fragments, and each fragment has a capacity to regenerate into single plant. Over the years, horticulturists have developed a sexual method using vegetative plant parts. It is classified into two broad categories. One, natural vegetative propagation, and second, artificial vegetative propagation. Now we will see what is natural vegetative propagation. This occurs when plants grow and develop naturally without any human interference. Natural vegetative propagation can be enabled by development of adventitious root. In this method, a plant is reproduced through leaves, root and stem of the parent plants. Vegetative plant structure arising from stems are known as rhizome, bulbs, runners and tubers. First we will see about runner. Now this is also called as stolon. They exhibit horizontal growth just below the soil surface, originating from existing main stem. It is specialized slender stem that grow horizontally along the ground, giving the rise to roots and aerial, that is vertical branches, at specialized points, which we call as nodes. Now this is common in plant species such as grasses, spider grass, peppermint, strawberry and Bermuda grass. Now this is a picture. You can clearly see the runner. You can see main plant, and then you can see at the nodal region you can see new plants where vertical branches are raised. Next we have suckers. Now it is a vegetative stem structure which is also called as root sprouts. They are lateral branches developing from underground parts of the stem or root in the soil. To propagate sucker, division method is used. Now this is commonly used for plant species such as banana, raspberries, cherries and ornamental plant like gerbera, which they have suckers that grow from the base of the stem of the parent plant. Care must be taken to allow each sucker with some root attached to it before planting into new plant. Now this is a picture. You can see a picture of banana tree. You can see we have main stem, that is main plant, and next to that you have a sucker, okay, which is at the side of that main plant. Now in banana plant, suckers are of two types. You have water suckers and you have sword suckers. Okay, but if you plant water sucker, the quality and the yield of the plant will reduce. So we need to select sword sucker. Now, what is suckering? Now, this is another process which is done in plants which produces sucker. Now, suckering is a process wherein suckers which are attached to a parent plant are removed. And why they are removed? Because if they remain close, they form a dense mat which doesn't allow a main plant to grow properly and all nutrients and all are distributed among them. To avoid for better growth of main plant, these suckers are removed so that main plant will give you best yield. So the purpose of suckering is to grow new shoots and remove the nutrient-rich sucking buds that inhibit the main plant from growing. Next method is division. Again, this is a sexual method of plant propagation. Here, splitting of parent plant is done into section, and each section is planted and can give rise to the new plant. It is not natural process. Now, this technique is of ancient origin, which was earlier used to propagate bulbs of garlics and saffron plants. Now, division is also a generic term that is often used when cluster of plants are cut away into small units, and this each unit can grow as a new plant. Next, we have offset. Now, offset, here some plants grow into miniature plant of themselves, and we call them as a offset. Commonly used for the plant species such as date palm, pineapple, and even in hydrophytes like Econia, water hyacinth, it is used. This method is used. Now, what is that offset? Offset is a lateral branch produced from the base of the stem of monocotyledonous plants. The branches may develop root on plant itself, and they can induce develop root after separation. So that after separation we can plant them as a new plant. Next, we will see what are the advantages of vegetative propagation. They are quicker and they are more certain, specific. And they produce identical quality as a parent, like desired taste quality of the fruit will be maintained. Next, plants that do not have viable seed can be reproduced through this vegetative method. Flower produced are of superior quality. Now, next, desirable character of fruit can be maintained. These advantages of vegetative propagation. Now, main disadvantage is a loss of biodiversity. So, they can have a potential impact which might lead to the loss of biodiversity in that particular area. Next, if a particular plant clone is susceptible to a specific disease, it can cause harm to the entire field and full area or the full field might be affected. These are my references.